What's going on, family? We are officially on the journey to 1 million subscribers, and my team and I are giving away $30,000 to help you pay off your consumer debt. That's right. 3 E3 community members will each get $10,000 to wipe out their consumer debt. Now, do you want in? It's simple. All you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel and join my email list by going to anthonyoneal.com and clicking on the Join the Community tab. That's 100% it. Check this out. At 940,000 subscribers, we're surprising one lucky person live on my show with the first $10,000, and we're going to give that person a financial makeover before paying off their debt. So, before we get to today's show, hit that subscribe button and let's hit it 1 million strong before my birthday, July 1st. All right? Love you all. Let's get to the show.
In the COVID market, like I told you before, adding $50,000 to the sale price, but also you got to waive inspection.
Yep.
So meaning if there's anything, you're taking that property as is. If there's anything that's wrong with that property, you're taking on the cost of what it would take to fix it up or repair it. Now, guess what? We're asking for credits to go towards those repairs, right? So the seller, if you want your house sold, Mr. Seller, if you want me to buy it, I need money to go towards these repairs. I'll get my own contractor to come fix it, but give me money to go towards these repairs. What does that do? Guess what? It lowers my out-of-pocket costs. Number one, right? It lowers my out-of-pocket costs. And then also what it does, it creates more opportunity for home buyer to go in that property with peace of mind, not having to worry about those repairs and having the money to do what they want to do to their discretion for the house.
I'm upset. No, I really am upset because the house I'm in right now, I had to waive all my inspection stuff. I paid $28,000 more.
Yeah. You did. Yeah. You still had a good agent though.
I had a real good agent. He did some negotiating because I don't even think we weren't supposed to get the home.
No, we wasn't. We wasn't.
There was somebody else who was supposed to get the home, but because he knew the seller's agent, he was able to get around the corner. Like, yo, my guy's ready. We can make a move right now.
Oh yeah.
And so it came down to two things. I won't put their business out there, but it's like. Kiva said, bro, if you want to do it, they need to know you are willing to do A, B, C. And one of them, I could put it out there. I had to buy it and let him sit there for like 4 months.
Yeah.
I think it was, right? Yeah. And so we let him sit there for 4 months. And they took some money off of the house to pay rent. Right. Yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. And I think the other person wasn't willing. He said, if you do this right now, this house is yours. I was like, bet. But the first week I moved in, had a huge water leak in my front yard.
Yeah.
Massive. I had to cut all of my grass. Fix that water thing. And when they had the inspection, our inspector said, yo, this house has had 3 homeowner insurance situations and it's around flooding.
Yep.
The week I moved in, had a flood.
Yep.
And I had to waive it. I was like, oh my gosh. But I have a dope contractor. He literally for 2 years, I gave him the inspector's paperwork.
Did all the things.
I said, hey, fix all this.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And for 2 years, Gary just came in. The first year, I was a little discouraged because I was like, man, I'm paying out all this money and I don't physically see anything.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I physically don't
Not the
see
sexy stuff.
And does it feel good?
No. It wasn't until year 2 I started feeling sexy. I was like, okay. I got a new kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I got new grass. Oh, okay. So I'm like, well, God darn. But then now I think Keith came back and Keith said, yeah, you got over $1 million home.
Yeah.
We paid right at 6 something for it, 7 something for it. But I'm like, yeah, how much money I put in this joint? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man.
But I mean, it's like, but I feel good knowing that I did it the right way.
Yeah.
Because then now I'll never sell this home. But let's say if I rent it out, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing in there that I have to fix.
Absolutely.
It's peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
And I have one of the most beautiful homes in my neighborhood. You know?
Absolutely.
I won't say what I really think because
I know what you really think.
My neighbors.
I know what you really think.
They be watching my show.
Yeah.
And I love them all. That's why I said I have one of the most beautiful homes, if not the beautiful.
Say how you really feel.
That's how I really feel. But I love my neighbors. I love our community. All of them.
Oh yeah.
People, man. But it's like, man, I think that's important for us to really have that value. All right, fam. Let's have a heart to heart. You all know that I'm all about helping you get your money. But let me ask you this question. How's your credit report looking? And if you're being honest and you're saying, you know what, Ayo, I need some help, well, listen, I got something for you. Listen, I know credit can feel like this big, confusing thing, but with Kickoff, it doesn't have to be. They've designed a super simple, affordable way to help you build your credit, whether you're just starting out or need to bounce back from a rough patch. Here's how it works. Kickoff reports to the major credit bureaus to help you establish a positive credit history, and you can get started for as little as $5 a month. No credit check, no crazy interest fees at all, no hidden fees, just a straightforward way to improve your financial standing. And here's why it matters the most, because it is not just about a number, it is about financial freedom and doors opening up for you. Do you want that dream apartment? Do you want lower car insurance and even better job prospects? It all starts with making sure you have a good credit profile. So don't wait. Head over to anthonyoneil.com/kickoff. That's anthonyoneil.com/KIKOFF and start your first month for just as little as $1. Listen, it's anthonyoneil.com/kickoff, KIKOFF. You get it for $1. Let's get you some lower rates, especially in 2025.
So let's just stick with those two things, because I think those two things are huge game changers.
Yeah.
Negotiating, get more money come towards the closing costs, which means less money out of your pocket, which if you're a good steward with that money, you would take that and go buy down your rate to a 5.9, which is not a bad interest rate in the market.
Yeah.
I think mine is at 4.3.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, okay, I can do 5.9 on that home. So I like that. Shoot, bro, I'm loving this.
When there's another concept, AO, too, he was talking about, you know, what you're able to do to the home. I like to call it like peace equity.
Peace equity.
Like I'm able to, instead of having to make a really quick decision, jump into things where, and it's our job, even when we say waive an inspection and like buy a house completely as it is and waive things, you still get the information before, right? Like you have the information, you're just not able to leverage it to your benefit. In this market, when you do have that opportunity to negotiate, we ask for everything.
Absolutely.
So it's like an ebb and flow so far, where you were in a space where I get the information and I just suck it up and deal with it. Now you get the information, decide how much am I going to leverage this, knowing that most likely that seller is going to play ball. And if I send a list of 50 things I want, I'm not going to get all 50. I'm probably going to get like 35. And that 35 is a lot less than the zero that you were able to get before. And just what that does for your peace of mind is very impactful.
And, you know, peace equity, I like that word.
I like
you got to think about this too. We're talking a lot about cash. You know, in a real estate transaction, for every $10,000 you go down on the sales price, you're only reducing your monthly payment by $50.
Say that one more time.
Yep.
What?
Yes. For every $10,000 you go down on the sales price or the loan amount, you're only reducing your monthly payment by $50, right? So we ask our clients, okay, let's use the easy math. If the property's $150, if you go down to $140, you're reducing your monthly payment by $50. But what if we kept the price at $150 and we asked for $10,000 in closing costs to go towards your closing costs? Would you take $10,000 or would you take the $50 a month? I'll take the $10,000 all day, because you're gonna spend $50 at the bar on Friday.
What? How many?
So that's why we talking about. So
take to get that back in the same way.
Absolutely. And we talk about the waiving inspections. We always require our clients to do what you call a pre-inspection.
Okay.
So that means before offers are due, you do an inspection and you see. Pre-inspection is the same thing as a regular inspection. You get to see everything that's wrong with that property, and you can decide if you want to put an offer in or not. Exactly. So they're not. We don't require our clients. There's like zero requirement for them to go in blind. We don't require that.
We don't let it happen.
Absolutely. At least they get the information first to decide if they want to waive their inspection contingency, right? So then, and on that, my client that's bringing $300 to the closing table, he did a pre-inspection and he waived his inspection contingency, right? And guess what? He's coming to the table now with $300, and now generations to come are affected by $300.
300. How much does that pre-inspection normally cost?
Around $400.
And that's that'll vary per market. Like and also depends on how many things you get. For the most part, our clients choose something called a walk and talk, where you have the actual inspector with you. They got all their tools. They're showing you everything with their flashlight pointing it out, and you can decide if you want the written report or not.
Okay.
If I'm going to buy the home, if I get it later, run it back, give me the written report. If I just need the information to decide if I'm going to submit the offer in a week, and we help summarize it for them too and give them context around it, but it is a little bit less if you don't get the written report. If you get a regular written report, it's the same cost as an inspection, which 300 to like 800, depending on like all the stuff you get.
Oh, man, the math that y'all just broke down, didn't know that. So if I get the house go down my $20,000, it saves me $100 a month. But if I can get them to give me $10,000 cash up front towards the house to go towards my closing costs, what does it matter to save you $50 to $100 a month? Because if you do the math, like you said, let's say they give you $100, you save $100, that's $1,200 a year.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You got $10,000 to go towards closing costs. It would take me 9 years.
Yes.
To get to the 10,000 that I would have got up front.
Absolutely.
The math just makes sense.
Absolutely. I'm glad you broke it down like that.
It just makes sense to do that, right? And that's just the power, you guys, of really negotiating and really making sure you have powerful people inside of your what's the word?
Your team, your brain trust.
Yes.
Brain trust.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what are you doing? How are you doing it?